Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vice, and today we are watching FRIEREN Beyond Journey's End, episode 13. The last episode was very Stark-centered. We learned that the story about Himmel being the hero of legend and pulling the sword from the stone was a fabricated lie. Himmel failed to pull the sword from the stone and was not the hero of legend that was foretold. But he still went on to become a hero of legend himself anyway by defeating the Demon King. So I feel like that was a good lesson for Stark to learn, that anyone can be a hero. And then we also had Stark's birthday, how Fern picked out a gift with him and learned that, Stark had never had a birthday before. He'd never been given gifts by people before. His father was a horrible person, really, and he only had his older brother really looking out for him. That whole backstory was very sad. His brother would cook him Hamburg steaks for his birthday every year in secret and hide it from their father, and then would try to train him. And unfortunately, when demons attacked, the older brother ordered Stark to run, to go, and so Stark left. He ran. And he wasn't being a coward, not at all. I know he's so hard on himself for leaving, but it was an order from his older brother that he could not ignore. You have to run to live another day. He was a kid. And so I feel like that added aspect to his backstory might help him come to terms with his past and how and why he ran. And I really hope that the older brother that we saw in the flashback is still alive, because I have a feeling he might be and that we might meet him on this journey, and I really hope that I'm right in that, just because Stark said the whole village perished, but we weren't shown that. And if he ran away and never returned, he doesn't know that for sure. I'm really hoping that his brother is still alive and we meet him one day. But it was a very sweet episode overall. We learned that Eisen would cook him Hamburg steaks for his birthday too, and then FRIEREN did the same in this episode. So it was a really full circle episode. It was really nice, and I really enjoyed it. And I cannot wait to see what this next episode will be. So without further ado, let's get into it. Who are you?
俺もずっと昔冒険者に憧れていた。誰にだってガキの頃のくだらない夢だ。
When is this?
ガキの頃一緒に小さな冒険を
Okay,
た
so
く
it's
さん
present
した
day.
親友がいたんだ。無鉄砲な体力バカで。
This feels so
ゴ
random.
リラみたいなやつだった。とは言っても友
Why are
達
we
思いでい
getting
いゴリ
this
ラだ
guy's
った。
backstory all of a sudden? Who is he?
大人になってそんな夢も忘れかけた頃、そいつから一緒に冒険者にならないかと誘われたんだ。あの時あの手を取っていたら
Oh,
何かが
you
変わっ
regret
ていた
not
んだろう
going?
な。
Did he die?
10年も昔の話だ。今でも後悔しているよ。
You regret it. Why are you telling FRIEREN this? Yeah.
料理に使う野草を森で取ってくるように
Okay.
兄貴に頼まれた。そしたら
What?
底なし沼にはまっちまった。
He's been in this whole time? FRIEREN!
おしまいだ。
Why aren't you helping him?
でもお前
Just
が
float him up with your magic.
何かが変わるかもしれないぜ。
ちょっと待ってね。
I'm thinking about it. FRIEREN!
手が汚い。
絶対
Your hand is dirty?
気にしてる場合じゃないよ。それにジョーちゃん、大人ってのは汚いもんなんだぜ。
釣り的に汚いのは初めて。もう少し時間いい？
FRIEREN!
そこの
What?
島から引っこ抜く間思い出す。
Is there a spell that specific? Fern will do it. She'll free him.
薬草集まりましたか？思い出した。
俺はここでいいよ。
フリーレン様、ご迷惑をおかけしました。
別にいいって。
Oh, okay, so she did pull
助け
him
てもらっ
out.
たんだから。
きつく言っておきます。
それより本当に村に寄っていかなくていいのか？収穫祭の準備で忙しいが。
What an interesting start to an episode, though.
物資の補
It
充
kind of threw me a little bit.
今日中に大きめの町に行きたいんだよ。
なら気をつけてな。ここら辺は危険な毒性生物が多いから。
Venomous creatures.
わかった。
We have. Stark.
Oh.
Immediately.
噛まれちゃった。
噛まれた？
I was gonna say we have to meet with him again eventually because we were just given his backstory out of nowhere. So he has to, like,
あれ、
come back in some
なん
way.
か鼻血出てきた。
Oh, it's fast acting.
毒の種類の分析って
It's a
ソウルの魔
priest
法だから
spell.
得意じゃないんだよね。
Okay, so the priests are more like the healers.
手持ちの毒消しじゃ無理かも。教会で見てもらった方がいいね。さっきの村まで戻ろう。
大げさだな。
No, that's a lot of blood. I think it's a big
毒
deal.
は気合でなんとかなるって師匠も言っていたぜ。
You can tough out poisons? I don't know about that.
竜を混沌させるほどの猛毒の矢を受
Eisen.
ドン引きしていた。いえ、
He's also a dwarf though, so that might be different
アイゼン様だ。
compared to a human.
それにハイター様の話による冒険者の死因の2割は
Of
毒だそうです。
deaths are due to poison.
急ぎましょう。
That's a lot.
本当に大丈夫だって。
She's holding him by like the scruff of his neck.
手遅れですね。
What?
数時間後には脳が溶け始め、鼻から全部流れ出て
Gross.
死に。
すごく怖い。
Yeah, like healing
本来なら
spells.
初期の段階でしか対処でき
This is
ませんが
early. He was literally just bitten.
私の弟ならあるいは
Oh, I knew he was gonna come back in some way. So he's a healer.
製品です。
He's a priest.
手のひらサイズまで製品しちゃってんのうちくらいだよ。
What?
それよりもザイン、この方を見てあげなさい。兄貴、こいつらだよ。俺のこと助けてくれたのは蛇にでも噛まれたか。
That quickly?
じゃ、これでチャラだな。
Oh, he's a great
広場
healer.
の手伝い行ってくる。
Are we gonna add him to our party? Because he would be very useful.
どう思われますか、弟。
その首にかけている生徒から地方で最も優れ
The
ている
most
機会に与
outstanding
えられるもの
priest.
だ。
But your
その
brother is
回
clearly
復のエキス
better.
パートが不治と判断した毒を一瞬で治療した。あれは天性の。
やはりフリーレン
He
様
might
には
belong
分
with
か
you
ります
guys because I feel like all of you are geniuses too.
ハイター様から聞かされておりましたので、
Mr. Heiter?
この船員は
You knew Heiter?
生徒から視察に来られたハイターさ授けられた。これくらいしかありません。ザインの際は私の日ではない。私たちの両親は早くに他界しまして、男で一つで年の離れたザインを育ててきました。あの子は子供の頃、
Oh,
冒
well,
険
he
者
has
に
the
なりたいと
spirit
よ
of
く
one
言っ
for
ていた。
sure.
私のような同じ毎日を繰り返すだけの
So then I'm
平凡な
curious,
村
why
の
didn't he
僧侶
go with
は
his friend when he offered if he wanted to be an
夢や希望
adventurer
に
so
満ちた目
badly?
でそう言ったんです。
What
でも今
happened?
は私の若い頃にそっくりだ。あの子をこの村から連れ出してやってはくれま
Would
せ
you
ん
please
か。
take him away from this village?
あの子はずっと
He's definitely gonna
背
become a
中を
part
押
of
し
our
てくれる
group.
誰かを探しているんですよ。
悩むようなことじゃねえだろ。もう脳みそ鼻から出そうになる経験はごめんだぜ。
Yeah, of course Stark would be all
確
for
かに
it.
ここから先は僧侶がいた方が
And
安心かもしれ
fairness.
ませんね。フリーレン様は何が不満なんですか？
Why isn't FRIEREN
同
for it?
族権を
Aversion to my own
何
kind?
言ってんだこいつ。
What does that mean?
とにかく。
Because he's not an elf
俺一人
or
で
a
も関与しに行
mage.
くぜ。酒、タバコ、ギャン。
A corrupt priest, just
さ
like
すがに
Heiter.
生臭すぎないかな。
親睦を深めてるん。小僧もやるか。
シュタルクだ。俺たち僧侶を探しているんだ。仲間にならないか？
冗談だろう。俺はこの村の僧侶だ。
But there's another priest. You can go on an adventure, come on.
それも一興か。
Yeah, consider
シュタ
it.
ルク、俺に勝てたら仲間にな。
Oh,
本当か？
and gambling?
本当だ。
I don't know, Stark. Yeah, I was gonna say, he seems like a professional.
今下からシュタルク様の悲鳴のような声が。
He took all his clothes?
ひどい。誰がこんな。
Oh my
そう
gosh.
思うなよ。
Wait a
大人っ
minute.
てのは
Are you missing yours
汚いもんな
too?
んだぜ。
身ぐるみ剥がされてる。
You both
村
lost?
長の独り勝ちさ。鬼人のごとき強さだぜ。仲間探してんだってな。他を当たれ。
冒険者になりたいんでしょ。
昔の話だって言ってん
It's
だろ。
not too late. It's never too late for a career change.
俺はもっと早くあいつを追いかけるべ
I
き
should
だ
have
った。
gone after him sooner. You regret not going with
落ちぶれ
him.
たパンツ一丁の。
He must have died. And that's why you feel like you can't be an adventurer now.
僕たちと一緒に魔王を倒そう。
今更だよ。もう500年以上魔
I
族
haven't
との
fought
実
demons
践
in over
はやってない。
500 years.
もう戦い方
Oh,
も私は決断を先送りしすぎた。きっと魔王
interesting.
と戦うのが怖かったんだろうね。
You put it off. You
年
procrastinated.
月が経った。
これがどうした
I thought she would have
フリーレ
been preparing this whole time and getting
私は
stronger.
今の話をしている。
I like that she uses the same words that Himmel used for her to try and convince him. That was sweet.
お前には俺の気持ちはわかんねえよ。
Yeah, no, he must feel like he can't be an adventurer without his friend.
やっぱりは
And his friend probably died. And he feels regret for not going with him.
だったら、
だから意地でも仲間に誘うことにした。
I've decided you'll join us no matter what.
なんでわけわかんなすぎて怖い。
いくらで買い戻せたの？
But like I was saying, I feel like Sein feels like he can't join another group because it would be like a betrayal to his friend
斧は処分に困ってま
in
し
a
た。
way.
俺が一体何をしたっけ。
シュタルクの身ぐるみを剥がしたことをギャンブルする人は最低です。
ごめんよ。
酒を飲む僧侶はどうなのさ。
知らないんですか、フリーレン様。酒は百薬
Alcohol
の
is
長
the
なんです
best
よ。
medicine.
はいダメ。とんでもない教育しやがって。まあ仲間にするかどうかはザインは冒険者になるべきだと思う。
打って変わって随分協力的じゃねえか。
たまには背中を押してみるのもいいと思う。勇者ヒンメルがそう
Like
した
Himmel
よう
did
に。
for me. So, one thing that just came to my mind right now that I just want to talk about real quick. I spoke in another episode about how everyone that FRIEREN is collecting for her party has a connection to the people in her past party. Like Vern has a connection to Heiter, Stark has a connection to Eisen. And so we're just missing someone with a connection to Himmel to round out the party and basically recreate it in this new generation. But now that we're trying to recruit a priest, I'm realizing that maybe we're not recreating it with a new generation that's connected to the previous party through relationships, but maybe through titles. Because we have Fern the Mage, who is a counterpart to FRIEREN the Mage, and we have Stark the Warrior, who is a counterpart to Eisen the Warrior, and now we're gonna get Sein the Priest, which is a counterpart to Heiter the Priest, which means once again, we're just missing the counterpart to Himmel, which I think is very interesting. Who will fill the spot of Himmel the hero? Because in both of those ways that I've described, he's the one aspect that's missing. And he is the one that haunts the narrative the most. So, I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. And I'm very excited to see if we'll ever meet anyone that can fill his role, so to speak. Like, it says something about maybe FRIEREN and how she's not looking to actively replace Himmel. And I know she's not actively looking to replace any of her friends while she's creating this new party, but I don't know. It's just something to think about.
あの日以来、毎日のように俺を勧誘してくる。諦めさせようと努力
They're
して
still
も
gambling,
無
did
駄だ
not learn their lessons.
夢や希望に満ちたあの時のあいつみたいな目で俺を冒険に誘いやがる。
3年後の収穫祭までには戻る。
I'll be back 3 years from
覚悟が
now.
決まんねえならそん時でいい。
He never returned.
次の冒険は一緒に行こうぜ。
He never came back.
こいつらに誘われるたびに思う。なんで今さら。
苦戦しているからね、参考にしたくて。
そうですね。酒にタバコにギャンブル、あとは
He likes older
年
women.
上のお姉さんが好きですね。
FRIEREN's older.
もはや破壊層じゃねえ。
Very older.
年上のお姉さんか。何？
Wait, are they actually planning to use that fact?
兄貴、新しい鎌だけど小さくない？
What?
これじゃ草刈りも
He left.
ちょっといいか、ザイン。
まだいたのか。
ザイン、年上のお
They
姉
really
さん
are
が旅をして
trying
くる
it. I didn't think they would.
顔
Because FRIEREN isn't like
そのためにガキの頃の
an
俺は
older woman
冒険者を目指した
like presenting as one, you know?
で、どこ？そのお姉さんはどこなの？
ここだよザイン。
She's going along
私
with
はエ
it.
ルフだ。お前よりもずっと年上のお姉さんだよ。
I don't think it's gonna work. It's not like what he means when he says older woman.
こんなのお姉さんじゃない。
仕方がない。
No
本
choice.
当はあまりこういうことはしたくなかったけれども、先生からお伝え
Seduction technique my master taught me? Flame taught you? It failed. She's so smug.
坊やにはまだ早かったかな。
Sunny?
誰かこのお子様を連れて帰ってくれ。
エッチすぎる。
Oh my god, they both
何なの
loved
お前
it.
ら。
ヒンメルの試
You
し
tried
方
it on
と失
Himmel?
神するほど
It
の
knocked him
威力だ
out
った
cold? Please show me.
ヒンメル
Oh my god, blood?
罪な女だ。
変だな。
Oh, that's so funny.
私も直撃を食らっていたら
I would have
危
been
ないと
in
ころでした。
danger.
もういい加減にしろ。
That's hilarious.
俺は冒険者になるつもりはない。
親友を追いかけたいんじゃないの？
あいつは3年後には帰ってくる。あれから10年も経っ
It's
た。
been 10. That's a long
もう死ん
time.
でいるに決まってんだろうが。
I mean, it's possible he settled in a different town somewhere else.
会いに行ってもいないのに諦めるんだ。まだたったの10年
It's
だよ。
only been 10 years. It's a
今
little
会い
bit
に行かない
different
と
when it's
近い未
humans,
来に
though.
後悔する。あの時ならまだ間に合ったのか
I
もしれ
mean,
ない。
that's true. You could go searching for him, and then you'll actually
なんで
know
今
what
更
happened
って
if you
思っ
find
ている
him.
でしょ。
いけない。理由は
I can't go for the
10
same
年
reason
前
I
にあい
didn't
つに
follow
つい
him
ていか
10
なか
years
ったの
ago.
と同じだ。
Why? Why didn't you
兄
go?
貴を置いて村を出るだなんて。
I can't leave my
そん
brother
なことできるわけねえ
behind.
だろ。
What?
何を言っているんだ、ザイン。
He wants you to go.
ファイター様が生徒から視察に来た。
Oh, when you were a kid?
生徒の司祭として
その場合、弟はどうなりますか？
もちろん生徒へ。
He
せっ
turned
か
him
くのお
down.
話ですが、私はこの村でも生活には困っておりません。 弟は幼くして両親を失っています。あの子から故郷まで
I
奪う
see.
ことはできま
His
せん。
brother wanted to give him stability in a time of turmoil, and so he didn't take the opportunity that was presented to him. He stayed for his younger brother, and now his brother thinks that he has to stay for him in order to repay him for what he did.
兄貴は俺のためにこの村に残ったんだぞ。
But like, it's two different
そんなことを
situations
考
here.
えていたのか。
Oh.
お前と私を一緒にするな。私はあの時の選択を一度
Yeah,
だっ
it's
て後悔
completely
したことはない。
different.
いつまで後悔し続けるつもりだ。もういい。
Wow. I didn't expect the slap. I expected the anger though. Because it's like you're throwing away your dream. For what? Your brother wants you to follow your dream. He doesn't want you to stay
兄
behind
貴
for
に謝
him.
ってきた。勘違いしないでほしいんだけどな。優しい兄貴なんて手を挙げられたことなんかなかった。
He never once hit me before. Okay, so first
そん
time.
な兄貴にフリーレン、俺冒険者になることにした。
Yay, okay. Is he coming with
あいつ
us?
を追いかける。
You're going after your friend.
まだ10
Good.
年しか経ってねえしな。
Yeah, because then you'll finally figure out what actually happened to him, maybe.
俺はガキの頃のくだらない夢をか。だから途中までだ。
Okay.
途中
So
ま
he's
で
gonna
し
travel with us. He's going to become a part of the party,
やりましたね。
but only temporarily. Which I think he will become a permanent part of the party. It might start off as him just being like, oh, I'm only with you for so long, but I think he's gonna stay.
ところで、お前たちの旅の目的は何なんだ。
天国。
Heaven.
わざわざ目指すような場所か。死ねばみんな行けんだろ。
ザイン様も行けるんです。
なんかあの子、すげえ当たり強
Yeah,
く
it's
ない
gonna take some time to get along
一
with
緒に頑張
Fern.
ろうな。
And that was FRIEREN Beyond Journey's End, episode 13. Incredible episode. I loved that, even though it kind of threw me in the beginning because it was such a stark change from how the usual episodes have been going. It was really cool to be introduced to Sein in that way. It was kind of funny too. And actually, this whole episode kind of had its comedic moments, and that was nice. Sein is super interesting. I want to talk a little bit about his whole situation with his brother and how he probably felt guilty that his brother had to stay with him in this town instead of moving someplace with better opportunities. But he was a kid, so he didn't really fully grasp the decision his brother made. And his brother never regretted making that decision to stay in the hometown. It didn't seem like he actually had like bigger goals or ambitions he wanted to follow. And so it's a completely different situation to now that Sein is older and he feels like he has to repay his brother by staying in the town with him because that's what his brother did for him. But it's completely different because Sein has an ambition, has a goal that is elsewhere, and his brother would never want to hold him back from that. It's like they were at two different points in their lives when they made those decisions, and his brother never regretted his, but Sein obviously regrets his. So that was really cool. I liked that backstory element to Sein and how it explained why he never went with his friend. He never became an adventurer, even though that's all he wanted to be. But Sein is such a gifted priest. His healing abilities are amazing. This priest basically condemned Stark to death, and Sein was able to heal him within moments. That's crazy. He's very powerful, and I'm so glad that he's joining our team because I think he's going to be very useful. He did say he was only going to join the party to search for his friend and then he wouldn't be staying, but I have a feeling he is going to stay. Just because, like what I talked about in the middle of the episode, how we have all these counterparts to the original party members, so it just makes sense to me that we're just recreating the party of heroes, but with a new generation. And so now we have Sein for Heiter, Stark for Eisen, Fern for FRIEREN, and we're just missing Himmel and his counterpart. Which is funny because we were missing him the other way too when I was thinking. We have FRIEREN the mage, she stays the same, and then we have Fern whose connection is to Heiter, and we have Stark whose connection is to Eisen, so then we're just missing someone with a connection to Himmel to fill that role. And so in both configurations of this, we are missing the hero role, we're missing Himmel. And I think that says something about the show and about FRIEREN in particular. I feel like it's saying, you know, FRIEREN is missing Himmel, which we know she misses him. We know that. And so this is just like another way to show that in a way. But also there could be like a deeper meaning behind it, or it could just be coincidence. Who knows? But I really do like that detail of recreating the party in the image of the party of heroes. I think that's very cool. And I love how they're doing it. I feel like also a reason why Sein held back to being an adventurer is also because of his friend. He didn't say yes. He stayed behind, and then his friend didn't come back. And so he thinks his friend is dead. And that is a normal thing to assume. If your dream was to become an adventurer with your friend, and you said no to them, and then they went off and did their own thing, and 10 years later, people are asking you to join a party to adventure with them, I feel like Sein feels like he's betraying his friend a little bit because that was their dream and he said no, and he regrets saying no, but now his friend is dead, and so he feels like it would be, I don't know, a dishonor or a betrayal to join a different team of adventurers. Maybe he doesn't feel that way at all, but that's how I felt maybe in the beginning, middle of the episode when they were really talking about his relationship with his friend. And I think it could still like weigh on him a little bit, but I am glad that he is with us now and that hopefully we find his friend. I hope his friend is alive. I feel like this isn't something that we're just going to ignore. I think Sein is actively going to be looking for his friend. And I really hope we find him, or at the very least we find where he's buried or his bones or something, just to give Sein that peace of mind, that closure. But I just have a feeling that his friend like met someone and settled down in a different town, and for some reason never made his way back to the original town. That's my theory right now. It's a very minor one, obviously. We might never know, but I hope Sein finds out, because I think he deserves that closure, and then that could also give him a reason to stay with our party. So I love this episode. It was great. I love Sein. I can't wait to see how his addition to the team changes the dynamic and the relationships within it. One thing I did want to touch on before I end this discussion though is FRIEREN said that she has an aversion to her own kind, and so she's equating herself with Sein. That was very interesting to me because Sein is not an elf like her and is not a mage like her, so what could she mean by an aversion to my own kind? And all I can think of is that maybe something within their personalities or their motivations, but I can't quite make that connection right now, except for the regret. I think the regret is the only thing that I can see that the two of them share, because I think it's pretty obvious that FRIEREN regrets not spending time with Himmel and all of the party members really while they were in their prime. She regrets leaving the way she did and not spending more time with them and getting to know them more. She does regret that. And then we have Sein, who also regrets not going with his friend and being an adventurer with him. And Sein and FRIEREN were both alone because of the decisions that they made. And so I think maybe that's what she means when she says she has an aversion to her own kind, because she sees herself in Sein. And so I think any conversation they have might be like super introspective and very interesting. So I hope they get a chance to speak in the next episode and we kind of like get some more insight into them both as characters and what their relationship might be moving forward. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this episode. If you enjoyed my reaction, please give a like and subscribe, and check out my other shows here on the channel. And with that, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye!